we did not grow up in a privileged environment. If you think of an environment from the aspects of political instability, economic despair, and those sorts of needs. But we grew up in a loving home where the parents, my parents, they were supportive and they had high expectations of each one of us, how we treat each other, the work we do, working around the house, working on the farm. So there were expectations and there were consequences to not contributing to a household, and so I feel like I have won the lotto by living in the United States and being a citizen and raising my family here with my wife, and so I just feel very lucky in so many ways. And building a team is not easy, but it's not impossible. But it requires for one to sit back and allow people to do their job. It requires for one to sit back and live with other people's mistakes. It requires for one not to seek perfectionism all the time. It allows for one to not have the spotlight on them all the time, but on their team and the people that get things done. And it requires for one at times to keep their mouth shut. And now that alone, in my view, is not sufficient, because you could have all these skills, but if you don't have a vision that you want to accomplish,
mm-hmm.
Then you only have 1/3 of what's needed. And if you have a vision and a team and you don't have a plan how to get there, then you got 2/3 of the equation. So I think it's important to have those skills of having a vision that people want to believe in, and having a plan how to get there, and having a team that is going to get there with or without you. And
mm-hmm.
I think when you add that together, in my view, you can build a lasting organization or a lasting business. To me, there's a difference between leadership. Has many aspects, but I also think that if you group them in just two simple groups, there's a transformational leadership and there's a transactional leadership. A transactional leadership it's about every little detail, or it's about making a transaction take place and getting all your all your stuff in place to get that transaction to happen. Transformational leadership is something that you try to set up with other people and allow things to happen. And I like to believe that one of the things that I have tried to do really hard is to do both, but with more focus on the transformational part. But I think in general, the people we govern, they also expect us to have a backbone, and they expect us to have thick skin. This kind of work is not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as someone said to me before, if you want to be loved, get a puppy, you know. But I mean.